Good morning. Today I am with the topic mechanism of hormonal action. What are hormones? Hormones are chemical messengers that are produced by the endocrine gland and are released into the bloodstream directly instead of through ducts. They regulate various body functions such as growth, reproduction, digestion, etc. There are of two types based on their chemical composition. Protein hormones. These hormones are soluble in water. Example adrenaline, noradrenaline, steroid hormones. These hormones are not soluble in water. Example thyroid hormone. Since the protein hormones are soluble in water, they are easily transported in the blood. The steroid hormones, which are not water. Mechanism of hormone action. Before we understand the mechanism of hormone action, let's look at what are hormone receptors. Each hormone has receptors that are found on the cell membrane of the target organ. Once the hormone binds to its designated receptor, a series of actions are initiated to release secondary messengers inside the cell. These secondary messengers are responsible for relaying information to the nucleus or other organelles. Based on their structures, receptors are of different types: internal receptors and external receptors. Internal receptors, they can be either nuclear or cytoplasmic. Nuclear receptors are found on the nuclear membrane, while the cytoplasmic receptors are found in the cytoplasm of the cell. These receptors are for the steroid hormones. External receptors, these are the transmembrane receptors which are embedded in the lipid layer of the cell membrane. These receptors are for the protein ones. The mechanism of action hormone can be of two types. The receptors are fixed, the receptors are mobile. Means fixed receptor mechanism. The mechanism of action hormone is seen in the protein hormones such as adrenaline, insulin, ADH, TSH, etc. As mentioned earlier, as mentioned earlier, as mentioned earlier, since they are water soluble, they cannot pass through the cell membrane as it is made up of a lipid layer. Once the protein hormones Once the protein hormones binds the receptors, a series of reactions occur, beginning with the production of adenyl cyclase enzyme. This enzyme leads to the production of cyclic AMP, which is the secondary messengers. This is CMP can now enter the center and cause the effect it was meant to bring about. Second is mobile receptor mechanism. Second is mobile receptor. This type of mechanism is shown by lipid soluble hormones such as fatty acids and steroids that can easily pass through the plasma membrane. They possess intracellular receptor. The hormones binds to the target receptor that activates the enzymatic activity of the cell to bring about biochemical changes. Transcription of DNA is initiated by the hormones receptors complex. The mRNA is translated into the protein. The mRNA is translated into the protein. This protein causes biochemical changes inside the cells.